Okay, so we're rolling, roll one, take one on A and B cameras. No pressure, Sarah. Right, are we ready? Welcome to the behind-the-scenes video for Future Artists' I suppose second feature film, which is called Portal. Ta-da. And basically, my name's Mark Ashmore. I'm the director and co-producer. I'm here with Sarah Lee Jones, who is also the co-producer on Portal. And so over the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to get to know what we do.
What we do, yeah, everything.
And how we made it, why we made it, and I guess at this point, there's going to be a trailer showing you what Portal is, so hit it. Okay, so imagine a social network that is highly addictive, and in that world you can do anything that you want to do, but it's accessed by, you have to go into a coma. So you have to go to a backstreet doctors, they'll hook you up into a machine, they'll put you into a coma via a drug, and the drug is called Portal. They hook you up to this computer, it's this big mainframe, and you can join millions of people in the ultimate fantasy world. It's like Facebook on speed, on ultimate high that you can get. But why our film's important and why it's of its time, there's things like Oculus Rift, this virtual reality thing, and everyone losing themselves in social media. You know, on the train home, I see them on zombies like that. It's a comment on our time. So our film begins on the stroke of midnight when that's been outlawed, it's been abolished. So you can't access that social network anymore. You can't get your fix. So the film, the web series follows the pimp who is selling sex inside Portal. It's following the dealer that's selling Portal on the black market, and it follows the doctor that's trying to make an ethical decision whether to give it out like the clean needle kind of thing for drug users, or whether to put them into rehabilitation. So she's like in a moral dilemma.
As the director of Lost Gen, as well as Portal, can you just tell us a little bit about Lost Gen?
So basically, Lost Gen is how we met.
Yep.
Yeah. So going back to 2010. I'd always wanted to make a feature film. You'd always wanted to produce a feature film. And we met at some sort of it was an industry networking do, wasn't it, in Manchester? And I got frustrated with not being able to finance the £200 million feature film. It's so hard to do. So we did a thing where we'd get a bank loan out for 10 grand and try and make a low budget feature film, which we eventually turned up to do. So there'll be some footage now explaining and showing Lost Gen. But how we got together and why we made Lost Gen was to prove that you could do it. You can make a micro budget film if you all work together with a small collective, and Future Artists is a collective of people. There's 12 of us worked on it. Everyone did multi-roles, multitasking. And from Lost Gen, because of the success that the picture had, so basically it got released in cinemas. It was in HMV, so buy it, but it got BitTorrented, and to date, which is March 2015, it's been seen about 1 million times globally on the streaming sites. Now, the reason that that's a good thing, because as a producer we didn't get any revenues from that, but it's a good thing that actually put us on the wavelengths for Daily Motion, who wanted to commission somebody to do a web series and feature film. And that's why Lost Generation is important. If we hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to do Portal. And so I guess that leads us into why the hell we did Portal.
I didn't have a choice really, it was skin. Only joking.
So we'll cut to something else of this.
Johnny was our main man at street level. Fast as a cheater and a prize boxer in his day. He was nearly a pro. Mean as fuck, right? Right. Good to have you back, Johnny. Drink? Right, business it is then.
New area, a little alien to us, and our client base is varied and, quite frankly, alien to us.
Portal.
What do you know?
My job on Portal was co-producer, that was my title, but I was everything from runner, washer-upper, shopper, dresser, moaner.
How many crew did we have on this?
Well, there was 80 cast and crew altogether, and we did assign roles when we broke down the budget on the schedule. We did assign roles, major roles, but you know, obviously budget we just wouldn't stretch. We didn't have things like hair, makeup and stuff. So everybody just jumped on board, you know, everybody got involved. There was no such thing as a runner on set. Like I say, I was co-producer, but I was making the brews, I was going out doing the shopping.
So, because everybody thinks a producer just sits behind the director and is on the phone checking their emails, but for you it's like, from the idea, when I came to you said we're doing this, from pre-production up until now, it's almost a year later.
Yeah.
What advice could you give to the filmmakers watching this out there? What have you got any tips to how to be a producer that can do 2 features in Manchester? It's not the centre of Hollywood, but what tips can you give them, sort of little film school?
I suppose I was quite fortunate to do a master's degree at Salford in film. But then again, it was all about reading books and writing essays. For me, making films is all about just getting stuck in. So it's getting involved in the project, the uni projects, the little music videos, you know, Mandy.com, there was always people looking for people to work for free there. I'm not saying working for free is always the best way.
But it's experience.
Of course.
So the more, I mean, how many productions would you say you've worked in? Because you come from a casting producer's background in telly, and then stepping up to this, so it's all about experience in producing, would you say?
Definitely. I mean, I started as like a celebrity stand-in many years ago at Granada, and then I did a couple of days running on Jeremy Kyle, and then from then on, researcher, junior researcher, AP, and then obviously getting a producer's role. But you've got to be totally focused. You've got to be strong-minded. You've got to be able to work from the bottom and work your way up. So, you know, people say, can you make me a brew? You can't sort of...
No, you should love your brews. You mentioned in this interview at least...
well, how many brews do I make in the office?
She does have a lot of tea.
How many times do you make brews?
Very little.
Yeah, exactly. I originally wasn't going to be the director on this. I was going to just be a producer and I was going to hire a director, but that fell through. So we knew we had 12 days because that's all we could afford. So we had 12 days to shoot this picture. And so within that, I had 12 days to be creative with, I think it was 15 key crew members that we had on there. So the way that I went into this project was, what can we do with no money? What can we do with great locations? What can we do with great performances and great acting? So I guess we'll talk about the casting in a minute. But it was about storyboarding, preparation, choosing cool shots that you can do a one-er. I was big on doing a one shot. It was like, how do we do this in one shot? And that was like, you know, the choreography with the camera, the way actors come in, and everything. And we were lucky that we had a great scriptwriter, Jack Casey, that had worked with. So how me and the writer met, you might remember a show called Life on Mars. I was John Sim's stand-in, who was the main actor in Life on Mars, and Jack was the runner on that show, and this was filmed in Manchester in 2005. So we met on there, and we've become, you know, really good friends, and he wrote Portal off of an idea that I came up with. So he wrote it in a certain way, enabling me to be able to direct it, and a view, of course, to be able to produce it. So choosing the right cast and crew, and they're phenomenal. Everyone from you know, the camera operators up to, you know, the special effects people.
Everybody. But we tend to use the same people though, which probably doesn't make much room for newbies sort of fitting in, but we've trusted the actors, we've worked with them before, we know their timekeeping, we know they're able.
Should I talk about like the casting on that?
Yeah, so the three main actors.
Yeah, so we got Clay Whitter, we got Victoria Connett, and we have got Chelsea Edge. So Clay I met in 2008. I did a short film called Broken Britain, which was about soldiers coming back from Afghanistan and not being able to get into a pub, and he played one of the bouncers, a very small role, but he gave such a phenomenal performance that he's been in everything that I've done since. And so Clay is a great actor, and he's sort of come of age with this really. It's his lead role, there's a lot on his shoulders, and he's pulling off some amazing performances, and he's a Salford lad through and through, and doing some excellent stuff. Victoria Connett, who we've worked with before on Lost Gen. I'm thinking about it, you got the DVD right there.
She's lovely.
Yeah, she was the lead in Lost Gen, so she carried that entire picture, but she comes from a lot of experience working in television and film, and we've got, she carried Lost Gen, so she had to brought it back for Paul.
We got Chelsea.
Yeah, I think we really need to talk about Chelsea. So for me, I'm going to say this now, I think Chelsea is going to be like one of these breakout movie stars, like Natalie Portman or something like that.
They pay to misuse and abuse you. Their self-deprecation is your livelihood. Men, women, couples, groups, whips, chains, knives, anything goes.
What else can we talk about?
Do you want to talk about the house? Trying to blag things,
okay.
Budget.
Okay, so
spending the money on the budget.
So we talk about low budget filmmaking, but people are like, what's the nuts and bolts in that? So locations are important. You have a good location, it sets everything off. So you got an amazing house in Footballer Avenue or something, didn't you?
Yeah, was it Millionaires Row or whatever they call it?
It's like a £5,000 a week house or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we managed to blag it. Well, on the phone, like £300, just cash. Dodgy, but it was great. They let us film there and basically give us the run of the place. Unfortunately, it was a night shoot, so I couldn't go to that because I got a little girl. So yeah, I couldn't be there. But they did send me photos of all of them eating pizza. It's like, wish you were here. I thought, whatever. Yeah, we should talk about the filmmaking, not the amount of pizza that we ate on the shoot. But no, that's what I mean. That was the camaraderie that we had on set. Is that everybody had a good time, and we had breaks. We didn't work to the bone because the planning was top. You as a producer and a scheduler really brought your skills into it, and that backed me up as a director to say you can be flexible and we can do this. So. I think that's what I love most about being a producer, is that I get to do all the planning, because I'm quite anal when it comes to things like organisation, spreadsheets, databases. Everything has to be right. So in order for me to schedule everything every single day, from what time we need to be there from, what car parks, how much it's going to cost to park there, how long you can be at the location for, what time's lunch.
And these are top tips for if you're going to make a film. These are the important things. You have a tight script, scheduling for many weeks, which is free if there's two of you working on it. Before you get your crew turning up. Basically, as soon as you start shooting, as soon as you have those shooting days, that's when you burn through money. Yeah. You nail through it. So.
Especially when you come out with massive demands. I need this, I need that. It's like, Mark, whatevs.
You've got a very demanding director, are you?
You've got a few thousand. Well, are we allowed to say how much we had? Tens of thousands of pounds budget. I like that. Tens of thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep all of that
tiny
in control.
Tiny budget.
It's tiny, isn't it?
No, it's the Top Gear catering budget for one day is what we got to.
Yeah, but look what we did. What we did. It was brilliant.
So we should talk a little bit about special effects.
Yeah,
this is like, for a low budget web series, there is a lot of effect shots in this, and I'd never done special effects before. I just had to watch the behind the scenes on a lot of it.
Well, I don't know anything about special effects, and then when Sam Highfield, who's absolutely amazing, had put in, I don't know what you'd call it, just like markers, and then you'd send me over, what do you reckon to this? I was watching it, I was like, What is
Is
this?
that when me and you were holding the green screen up and you were like having a cheeky cigarette behind it, and we're doing it with Danny Ryder at the front and doing his getting out the spaceship thing, and Danny didn't even know what was happening. We were just holding up a green
Get
bed
out of the
sheet.
spaceship, Danny. He's like, what? Just crouch down, just climb out, just do whatever you need to do. It looks absolutely phenomenal.
So Portal is a project of its times. It's something that hopefully is quite pertinent, and it's something that I think we at Future Artists, myself and Sarah Lee, we're excited to see what you think about it. And it's interactive, so you get on Twitter, get on Facebook, let us know what you think about it.
Yeah. We've had some amazing reviews. Like, I can't believe that. I mean, we've only been on Twitter a couple of weeks, just pushing it out, and we've got over 1,000 friends so far. I know it doesn't sound like much because a lot of people have like 5,000, but it's personal to us. Twitter's just been off the wall. We've had blogs, we've had reviews.
Those quotes and those blogs are like
Just
phenomenal. So
amazing.
thanks for everybody that's written about it, and please
thank you.
continue to do so. So.
Definitely trying to get Marky involved now with a load of interviews, because as you can tell, he loves talking.
We should wrap this up actually.
Yeah,
if we could do this. So, is there anything finally you want to say? It's been a ride.
It's been definitely. Please just give us some more money so we can have more fun and commission series too. It'd be great.
Yeah, and you can get involved in season 2, so go to the website futureartist.co.uk, get us on Twitter, DM Portal, that's what our little tag is, and you'll find us on Facebook. Is it on
Portal on Daily Motion.
So facebook.com/on whatever she just said there, 'cause I can't remember it.
But we will be at like all the Comic Cons and stuff as well, and obviously you did London Comic Con, so we've got flyers with more information on about joining season 2.
Cool, thanks for watching, and let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, just let us know. It'd be great.
Is anyone even out there? Because like, just
Still working there.